Hello and welcome back to another video for all you lovely beginner poets out there. Today we're looking at something very important, especially if you're just starting out. So if you want to learn how to use one of my all-time favourite techniques properly, then you're in the right place. In this video I'm going to show you how to use rhyme without sounding forced. So let's get started. Okay, the sun's just gone down and the footage has gone dark. This is the problem with filming in a shed that has a sunroof. Not ideal. Anyway, so you want to know how to make the best out of your rhymes. How you should be implementing them the correct way in order for you to show them off to all of your friends. In this video we're going to be looking at 3 different ways that you can use rhymes masterfully. So stick until the end because the last tip is my personal favourite and you'll be giving Shakespeare a run for his money in no time. Let's go. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I am one of the rare breeds of poet. I actually advocate for poetry rhyming. I think it gives poetry an edge. It elevates it to a whole different level. It separates it from everyday speech, which personally, I think is what poetry is all about. Tip 1. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to consider is the rhyme scheme and the metre of your poem. Now, simply put, a rhyme scheme is determining what lines in your poem rhyme with each other. For example, if you use the rhyme scheme ABCB, the second and last sentence rhyme with each other in each stanza, whereas the first and third do not. I like to use ABCB because I find that it is the easiest scheme for beginners to use and allows you to incorporate rhymes without feeling too overwhelmed. Metre, on the other hand, is the rhythm that the poem follows and makes your poem sound musical and lyrical, and if you get the metre just right, it can go a long way in disguising any obvious rhyme choices. Not that that's what we want, but if you have a solid metre you could probably get away with certain cliche rhymes. To establish the metre, you need to take into account the rhyme scheme that you've just chosen, the line length, and which sounds are being stressed within the word, which vowels are stressed, or just sounds. It doesn't always have to be vowels, though a lot of the time it is. I find that drawing a diagram is very helpful in kind of visualizing this and implementing this. Did it just get even darker? Damn! A diagram like so. I've shown these sort of things in my videos before. Tip 2. Keep a dictionary and thesaurus, and also my secret little companion, the Poet's Manual and Rhyming Dictionary, at your side whilst you write. The handbook, and I'm not being paid to say this, by the way, this isn't paid promotion or anything. The handbook would be a cool little companion to this video, actually. Not only does it give you really useful rhymes inside of all types, I mean it's pretty much a whole book of rhyming words. Like, it's pretty impressive. 297 pages, and that's not even till the end. Yes, not only does it, sorry, went on a bit of a tangent, not only does it have so many useful rhymes in it, it also gives a few general writing tips as well. Let there be light, my friends. And of course, when pressed for time, you can always Google words that rhyme if need be. A short tip for you, but by no means less valuable. Get yourself one of these if you can. And thus we move on to our third and final tip. And there goes the light again. 3. So by this point, not only should you have a rhyme scheme and meter down, or you're at least considering it, you should also have a plethora of words at your disposal. But the question remains, which word do you actually use without sounding forced and strained? The first thing you can consider is whether or not the word choice is a near rhyme or an exact rhyme. Exact rhymes, of course, can sound a little more satisfying, but they can also give off a vibe of sing-song, doo-dee-doo, happy-go-lucky vibe, which sometimes is not the vibe we're going for. Near rhymes, on the other hand, can, maybe be less satisfying, but they can sound a little more sophisticated or give your poem a rough around the edges kind of vibe to it. People may also consider you more creative if you do it properly, though that's not necessarily true, so don't go getting a big ego, my friends. The next thing you should consider is how often is this rhyme used. If you're using a cliche, try to steer clear of cliches or rhymes that are used too much. Love and dove should never be rhymed again in the history of poetry. Remember that. You weren't the first person to think of love and dove. And I make a point of that because I did when I first started out. And not so great. Instead, it will take a lot more work, but go for something more original. And Googling rhymes now, I believe the website's called Rhyme Dictionary or Rhyme Zone. Somehow, and I don't know how accurate this is, so don't treat it as gospel, but they do have a feature now that tells you how often words are rhymed with each other. How they stay on top of that is anybody's guess. So be very careful with that, but it could be at least an indicator of whether you're on the right tracks. And the last thing you should consider, the most important of everything I've just said, is whether the words you choose serve the purpose, the story, the theme, why didn't I just stop at the purpose? That's very all-encompassing. The purpose of the poem. As obvious as it may sound to put into a video about not forcing rhymes, you'll be surprised how many people let this go, myself included sometimes, and I have to keep a short leash. Do not just put a word in there because it serves the rhyme. Make sure your poem actually makes sense and that the rhymes do not distract from the meaning. And so, once more, we come to the end of another video. Thank you so much for watching, my friends, and I hope that this goes some way into helping you master rhymes. As always, please like the video. If you like the video, it means so much to me, and it's a visualization that my videos are helping in some way. If you're new here, why not hit subscribe with notifications turned on? It's such a YouTuber thing, but honestly, it's really important, and hopefully I can help you learn about poetry. If I've missed anything and you've got some tips about rhymes of your own, leave them in the comments down below. We're all here to help each other. Until next week, my friends, my name's Adam Gary, and you have a great day.